Hey guys, I had a one-on-one conversation with Anycubic and I told them the truth about their printers. As some of you may know, I have a couple videos on the Anycubic X. Anycubic did send it to me to test, but there was no requirement of any types of reviews or anything of that sort. Now I did want to review it, but I couldn't. And it's the main reason why it's locked down. Even though I like the innovation in the tool head, and then overall I think it's good as it compares to the Bamboo Lab A1, I can't recommend it because of its closed source using Clipper, regardless of what Anycubic wants to say and call their OS. In the case of it's being called Cobra OS, it's still Clipper. It's based on Clipper, and I can't recommend their products as long as they continue to use open source and close it down. At the very least, Bamboo Lab, they have their own self-contained firmware, so technically they can do what they want, but with Anycubic, I basically told them the truth. In addition to the Cobra X that they sent me, I have purchased a lot of their printers. I have the S1 Max, the normal original S1, and various bed slingers from the Cobra 3 Max and smaller. While they're good, and I may or may not recommend those because you can install wrinkles on those, which is a firmware hack in a way to kind of open them up. Even then, I really can't recommend those printers. In my head, Anycubic is trying to emulate Bamboo Lab, and they're doing a bad job of it. So the person I spoke to is a project manager, and we spoke about various things, and mostly was from the viewpoint of a print farm owner. So I guess they wanted to know more about what print farmers needed, but I also spoke to them as a consumer and as a open source advocate. Now, I didn't really press them on open source because I don't believe that one person has the authority to say yes or no. So I hope their higher ups get to see it and understand where I'm coming from. I actually want Anycubic to compete with the other companies. Like, I want competition in general, but I want them to do it kind of like Snapmaker is doing it with the U1. You may have had lockdown firmware before, but you can change. And that's pretty much what I told them. While they may want to go after print farms like myself, I want them to understand where multiple demographics are coming from if they want to truly challenge other 3D printer manufacturers. Like I said, I did tell them a lot about what I don't like and what I do like about their printers. Hey, future Frankie here. I did want to say that I did speak to Anycubic about their product support, the number of products that they release every year, and their replacement parts. I believe that they can do better on their product support, offering longer times of firmware updates and software compatibility, and most importantly, offer more replacement parts for their existing printers. This is something that's very important to me, and it should be important to you. If they want to consider themselves a premium brand, they need to offer more replacement parts. And I'm not just talking about a single belt, I'm talking about actual replacement parts for if these printers break down, and better information on how to replace those parts if somebody is brand new to 3D printing. Again, better product support. Stop releasing so many products every year and just support their existing printers, because that's what customers all around the world will want, is better support. They don't want to think that they're buying a printer one year, then it becomes completely obsolete in like 6 to 8 months. And then support for replacement parts goes away. So that means they have a dead end printer. So anyway, back to the other Frankie. But I was honest with them. I would not recommend their products until they truly start to listen to their customers. And it's not just me. That's why Sometimes if I hear people say they have an issue with their S1 Max or their original Cobra S1, normally ask what's going on, because I want to tell Anycubic about the issues. Because truthfully, again, this is not me being some type of homer for Anycubic, because again, I told them the truth and I'm telling you the truth. There are other printers that I purchased myself, no issues, no major issues at all. But when I hear my community say, well, I got an S1 Max and is having issues, I want to know more so I can push that information to Anycubic to hopefully fix and make their future products better. Tell me down below in the comments, what would you say to Anycubic if you had a one-on-one conversation like I had with one of their product managers? And I really pushed what I believe that their printers should do and have going forward. Let me know in the comments below what you think they should do. Do you agree that their printers should be open source? Do you agree that they should continue to do what they're doing now? How do you think they can compete with other 3D printer brands? Say it down below and I will try to push all that information to Anycubic. And again, this is not a sponsored video. This is not me trying to push you towards Anycubic, because again, I'm telling you right now, while I've never had any issues with their products, well, any major issues, I am not recommending their products until they do one thing, and that's opening up their firmware and their software. I'm not going to recommend their products until they do so. And I've told them that. But I do like that they came to me with this open dialogue, because most companies, if you're telling them that you can't recommend their products, they never talk to you again. This was a straight up one-on-one about my issues as a print farm owner, as a consumer, and as a open source advocate. Down in the comments below, let me know what you want to tell Anycubic. Maybe they will watch this video like they've watched some of my others. Tell them the truth. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.